Namaste and crystal blessings to my earthly, celestial, and elemental soul tribe in our magnificent, beautiful Pachamama Gaia, Earth, realm, and beyond. Nikki from Nikki Anita Cosmic Creative, wishing you all the highest vibration of love from my heart space to yours as always. So here's a little sharing and insight from within the core of my being, just as you are experiencing this lifetime in this earth realm. We have arrived on the 5th of July, one of these peak dates given for the SIRIAN Stargate, the SIRIAN gateway or portal or vortex that happens yearly, the beginning of July, about the 3rd of July to the 7th, about 4 days. Okay, these are just given dates, but for us who are sensitive to energies, we can feel it days, even months before the celestial events, all the seasonal changes. It is different for everyone because we are unique as an individual, yet collective. So you may feel it, you may not feel it. It's okay. We are all here to learn in this journey called Mission Earth. That's how I wants to feel that I on a mission. I felt that way for the longest time, ever since I was a child, because nothing made sense around me. People, places. So I delved into my own sacred space, immersing myself in astronomy, studying the paranormals, so-called paranormals in the mainstream sense, everything that's mysterious and unseen. That's what ignites a spark within me as a child. Still is. So CERN, if you have heard about CERN, if you don't know about CERN, move on. Okay, you don't have to be concerned. I know a lot of people are posting about the word ending with CERN, discern, concern. You know, CERN as being the nuclear research facility, the European Council of Nuclear Research, but it's in French, so if you arrange those words in French, it shows or become known as CERN. Okay, CERN, CERN. Like I said, if you never heard of CERN, fine. Go along, play along, children. It's okay. Go chasing your butterflies, you know. But if you do, CERN is not what they seem to be. I mean, well, I think everything and most of this artificial construct that is ruling or controlling the world, so-called, is not what it seems to be. It was built upon deception. So for those who are into science, mainstream science, And what you read, like I said, unless you're a scientist, you have an insider who works at CERN, that's another ball game altogether. But if you're just like me, what we hear, what we see being put out by the lamestream media for us to know what's happening, we can only, if we don't discern within, we get what's without. Being narrated by them in the name of science, the research of subatomic particles, the Higgs boson, the God particle, all this plasma and quantum physics. But they are doing much more than that. One thing is for sure, it's not for our highest good, not for the highest good of the organic living beings in this earth realm. It's quite sinister in nature. The giveaway was their ceremony of the opening of the Gotthard Tunnel back in 2016. Okay, this is a scientific research facility, so to speak. There are so many ways you can express yourself artistically for the ceremony, but no, just take a look. The videos are still there. Maybe not the whole shot of the ceremony, but the brief ones that is being posted by a lot of YouTubers. You can check on the CERN tunnel ceremonies and see for yourself. Be your own judge. Real eyes realize real lies. Okay, if you discern within, if you have tapped within your own antenna of connection, of knowing, it's there, put out blatantly for us to see. It's nothing short of diabolic, really. You cannot call that just artistic expression. It is like a ritual. It's like taken from a horror flick or something, invoking or summoning a dark entity, or the devil is what is known in a humanly term, inverted commas, there's no devil or Satan. It just lowers vibrational entities or energies. So that's how exactly the ceremony looked like. It was just gave me the sick in the stomach feeling just watching it. I did not watch it live, but of course much later when it was posted and being debated and discussed online. They're giving it away just like that. They don't lie to you anymore because people can't see and they know it. Why are they doing all this? Hoodwinking, bamboozlement of the human race, because they know how powerful we are and how easily we can be manipulated. And that is why all the hidden knowledge of the ancients that's hidden from us is with them, and also with other humans who have taken into responsibility of hiding it, because these are dangerous if it gets to the wrong hands. But these people who are ruling this game, who are playing this game with us, have it, so they know how and why and when they can do this upon us. They're trying to play God, but they can't. We are electromagnetic beings. We are energies. They are using the same frequency bandwidth against us, okay, to trap our consciousness. So we are experiencing these very powerful times with this SIRIAN portal. Sirius A, Sirius star system, is known as our spiritual sun, our galactic sun, so to speak. As I've explained many times, my model of the cosmos is not as the mainstream, per se. Not at all. It's as what the ancients have said and written about it. But of course, it's called hogwash and woo-woo by the modern science, or I call them scientism. They know that Earth is stationary and everything else revolves around us. The celestial clock, the sky clock. So stars and galaxies and all the celestial bodies are here with us. And some or most can be portals to other dimensions and realities and multiverses. So whether you are in tune with these celestial energies or astrology or seasonal changes, or whether you're not, it is there for us to tap into, to use, to immerse, to feel it, to connect with it. So CERN is using the same, they're tapping into the same energetic frequency bandwidth. They chose 5th of July. Is it coincidence? Nothing is coincidence. And they know that. It's a powerful time indeed. So what they are trying to do, probably, okay, I may be wrong, but this is my innate knowing that they may be tampering with our timeline. Okay, the last experiment they did, I think back in 2012, we had the Mandela effect. If you never heard of the Mandela effect, well, you can Google and browse. There's so many videos and articles about it. The misremembering of names of movies and books and household items, movie lines, famous movie lines, you know. How can people misremember that? It is not localized. It's not by culture or country. I am from Malaysia, born and raised there. Until 8 years ago, I am in Sweden now. But I misremembered or remembered the same thing as everyone else all over the world. How is that? People are so for sure, even I know for sure, that this is what I remember, but it's not there anymore. Cartoons. So, you know the butterfly effect, okay? The smallest changes done can have a phenomenal repercussion or even destructive. So they know that, and they cannot change any important historic event. Because the outcome could be cataclysmic. So they experimented on this everyday life things, movies and cartoons and food stuff, because these are just things that may not have any adverse repercussion in the future. It's just would be just like what we are experiencing now, just misremembering, but not more than that. So they have done that. And now, it seems today they are going full force. Why? They chose the same date as the Syrian Stargate. And why are they going full force on the experiment? They are afraid, very afraid. 2020 is the year for a mass expansion of consciousness for all living beings in this earth realm. And they know that too. And they started it just before we moved into 2020. They brought us this imaginary contagion, and still going on for 2.5 years, which I did not partake or give even an ounce of my energy or intention to their hoax. And they are afraid to see the number of awakening. I don't want to overuse that awakening, but yes, it's the acceleration, elevation of our consciousness. They know. They have all those gadgets and stuff that they can measure how many in this earth realm is going through that process. It's a natural process, and they can't stop it. So they can tamper with us electromagnetically, via electricity. Now that we have all this other energies that's going on, electromagnetically, all the G's still counting on. You know, when I say G's, you know what I'm talking about. All the numerical G's in the name of telecommunication, internet, the net that they have caught us into. They are using the same etheric energy, dark matter, dark energy. 99.9% of what's happening to us within or without is in that energetic field. The thing that we call magic, alchemy, is in that force field called dark matter, ether, the unseen realm. It's where it is. It's where you tap into to connect outside this 3D existence. So that is what exactly they're doing, tapping into the same energies, using against us, not for us. But we can use the same energy to create our own reality, our own timeline. So do not fear. Fear, false experience appearing real. This whole matrix system is based on deception, not for our highest good. It's for their own gain of power and control. So they cannot literally physically lock us up in masses, all the billions of us, if it's really billion of humans right now. I'm not even sure of the numbers anymore. They lie about everything and anything. So if they cannot literally lock us up, they can tamper with our auric field, our energetic field, because we are energies. As simple as that. Because during this divine order of a certain celestial event, the activation of this sacred stargates opens celestially and earthbound, okay, both ways. It's an energetic vortex or vortices which materialize during this set or given time, as with the SIRIAN gateway. There are many people who are blessed, even we are blessed, but we have lost that ability beyond our five senses. We are powerful sovereign beings. But because of all this programming that has set in since we came to Earth, as being born into this programming, we have lost that ability. But there are many people who are still blessed to see energies. As for our beautiful soul sister, seer Amanda Lawrence, she can see energy, whether it's an innate object or an organic object or living being. She sees colors in nature. She sees rainbows, because rainbows exist all the time, but our sight is limited. We need sunlight, we need light energy and water, our liquid living crystalline source being that is there for us, powerful elements. We need, for us who are limited, we need these two elements to be able to see the spectrum of colors of a rainbow. But those who have sights, open to this, they can see, they can smell, like some people can smell music or, or smell colors. There's so many we are superhumans. We have so many abilities that's beyond our imagination or even known to us, because it's hidden from us. So I think if we can see energies, all of us, we probably can see this beam of light or rainbow bridge going between the Sirius star system and Earth right now. Just imagine if you've seen the movies of Norse mythology, the rainbow bridge, that connects Midgard to Asgard, which is known as Bifrost or Bifrost. And as I've always shared, I don't believe in mythology being mythology. Every character that is being told to us from a mythological point of view existed and walked in this earth realm. They were here. It was just not stories. Maybe, a little romanticized and, exaggerated, but all these mythological characters existed in our distant past, or maybe not so distant past. So our spiritual sun, Sirius, heightens our spiritual awareness, accelerate and elevate our expansion of the consciousness, and enhance our communication, our connection to God source, to the superconsciousness, to the omnipotent force field that's there in the ether. So CERN is doing and using and tapping into the same energy for their own gain. So do not fear, do not be concerned and being conned by CERN, okay? Yes, do not concern being conned by CERN. Yes, it kind of rhymes. Stay in your own energetic bandwidth. That's all I can simply put. Is like tuning into a radio. You know, whether you like it or not, the radio station is there. And if you tune different frequencies, you listen to different music. Exactly is that. Where do you want to go? What do you want to hear? Which frequency bandwidth you want to tune in with and stay there and create your own reality and timeline is when you live the highest version of yourself. How do you live your higher version of yourself? Highest version is when you feel at peace, when you feel blissful. What is bliss? It comes from within. Any insignificant, minuscule it may seem, can bring that bliss, that can spark, can ignite that spark into flames from within. But you have to find that. Everybody's spark is unique to themselves. It can be everyday mundane thing, just cooking your favorite food or walking in the park or talking to the birds and squirrels like I do every day. That lights up my whole being from the core. I can't describe in words how I feel when I connect to nature every day. So it works differently for everyone. Find that spark. Live in your highest version. It may be impossible right now at the point where you are. Everyone are at their own life path at the moment. Some nice, some not very nice, some's confusing, chaotic, hopeless. You can change your bandwidth. You can change your station, your radio station, anytime you want. It can be in a second, in a wink of an eye. Of course, it's easier said than done. But you must be the one to change and tune out or in of the different frequencies or radio station of your existence. Only you can do it. No one can do that for us but us. We are the creators of our own reality. So do not let the narratives of the 3D matrix system narrate your life and decide for you. And like what CERN is doing, they probably will be tempering into this timeline and bring along all those who are still in that fear frequency energetically. That's how they can trap you, trap our consciousness. It's the war of the frequencies. Much more is happening in the unseen realm between both extreme and of the infrared and ultraviolet bandwidth, the yin and yang, because this is the dualistic nature, dualistic realm of earth. It is allowed. We came here to experience, and we came here to change, to transmute, to transform, and go through this metamorphosis for ourselves and for all. And that is why here, only here we can experience the extremes. The good, the bad, and the ugly, so to speak. So as CERN with their large Hadron Collider and telling everyone about the experiment in the scientific term. They are doing a lot of things that not supposed to be doing or experimenting. They're not supposed to meddle with things that they themselves do not understand the repercussion. They're playing it safe. But this could lead to destruction, to what happened to Atlantis. And I'm sure they know that too. Lemuria and Atlantis is not just fairy tales. They existed. They were the seed of creation, of existence, of this human life form in this earth realm. So what happened to Atlantis, they know very well. Their soul family or energetic entities, so-called, are probably working there too, at time of Atlantis. They may be infiltrated by the lowers vibrating energies and became overcome by greed and power to do more that they should have done. So CERN is doing the same thing, playing it safe, but whatever. Like I said, I'm not a scientist to explain in a scientific way, to use all these terms and jargons. But I can tell you that stay in your own timeline and reality and create it from within. Our ancient civilization, our ancestors were highly advanced people, technologically and spiritually. They used spirit science. They used forces, fields that they tapped from ether and also from Mama Earth with the minerals, with the plants. They also use a lot of sound frequencies to build for healing. You don't need to pay for anything. Education, medical, work, it's a job, in our present reality. You don't have to. It is there all presented naturally. So the ancient Egypt, as we know, the trinity of Osiris, Isis, and Horus, is closely connected with Sirius A, or the Sirius constellation, and also the dark-headed god Anubis, because as you know, Sirius is in Canis Major and also known as the Dog Star. So a lot of shamanic cultures have bonded with this cosmic energy of Sirius and known to be a portal to the gods, where spirit goes after leaving Earth physically. A transition journey to the afterlife, so to speak, is also serious. And we know the Dogon people, the tribe from Mali in Africa, connect strongly with Sirius B, which is not known only much later by the astronomers, but they knew this. And you go like the Dogon people, without modernization and technology, how did they knew that? Long time ago. It's from within. When you connect to nature, when you connect to your higher selves and existence, the knowledge is there. It is natural when you're not programmed. So if you look at the star map, Sirius B is not so far away on the star map, of course. We really don't know the distance of how they exist because the cosmos is not how we were told they are. The construct, the dynamics. So it is less visible to the naked eye, unlike Sirius, which I call as a child a diamond in the sky. Brilliant, majestically magnificent. So naturally I was drawn to Sirius and Andromeda and Pleiades as a child, not knowing why. Because before the programming set in, I think the programming of this 3D matrix did not really set in with me. They tried. I never liked school. I feel like it's such imprisonment for me. It's so mundane, just staring at that 2D, two-dimensional textbook, memorizing and pass the exams. 11 years of my life back in the 70s and 80s. I never enjoyed it a bit because my mind was racing on hyperdrive, searching and seeking for all this other knowledge. So now I know why I was so drawn to these star systems and constellations. I even tell people that I'm not from here, I'm from Andromeda. This is what's back in the 80s, Because I've never lost that connection. I'm always here, but I'm not here. That's how I felt all my life. Just like Alice through the looking glass. So you are here to create your own reality. Okay? Do not give in to their fear-mongering. As they say, they're going to destroy the world because there's a Lord Shiva statue in CERN, at CERN facility. Well, it seems it was gifted by the Indian government, because as a metaphor of the cosmic dance and the cosmic experiment with subatomic particles by CERN. So metaphorically, they gifted this beautiful dancing Lord Shiva. So the cosmic dance of Lord Shiva is known widely as a destructive force. Okay? But the destruction is not physical. It's more ignorance. The destruction of illusion. And of course, they always misinterpret this for their own good. The cosmic dance is the creation force of the universe. It's the origin of all movement. It is an interplay of dynamic and static divine energy flow, and containing 5 principles of eternal energy, which is the creation, preservation, destruction, illusion, and emancipation. Because as we know, Lord Shiva Trinity with Brahma and Vishnu is the creator, sustainer, and destroyer. It's a cycle of life, the rebirth and death. It's nothing to fear there. And there's a lot of TikTokers who are, sorry, TikTokers. I'm not into TikTok, or I don't have that app or anything like that. I don't spend my time or energy in it. But since this CERN 5th July came about, a lot of TikTokers, it seems, made videos on portals opening and, you know, summoning demons and stuff. Yeah. Portals and interdimensional travels happened decades ago. It's a norm. I can't remember if I shared you with this earlier in this video. They walk among us. All these different entities and life forms. It's nothing new. They're not opening portals or, it has opened. It has been experimented on. So this is just tampering with the timeline I feel inwardly, intuitively. And the video said that, apocalypse, destruction, apocalypse, even that word was sabotaged, misinterpreted in the modern terms of catalysmic. It is not. Apocalypse is revelation, is unveiling, disclosure. More and more of this negative agendas will be exposed, will come out for us to see, but still those who are blind cannot see it. Real eyes realize. How are you going to do that? Only you can do it. Spend time in nature. Switch off your television. Do not give your energy flow through the outside construct. Go inward, meditate. Everything you seek is within. That's how you can unveil your third eye, so to speak. Eat well. We have been hijacked from our higher knowing via a lot of things. Our air, the air we breathe, being chemtrailed and whatever else they are doing. Bombarded with electromagnetics. The food we eat. With all those spraying and, chemicals. Our medical. Our everyday life. So live organically. Live in that heart space of yours, that heart chakra. Love is not a feeling. Love is an energy, the highest form, if you can see it and measure it. Always come back to the heart space. So do not fear. Do not partake. Do not even watch, their experiment ceremony or whatever that they're going to show live today. If you want to see a delayed telecast, okay. But if you are seeing from a different perspective, viewpoint, it's okay. But people who don't know, who's going to be sucked into, whatever that they're putting out there energetically, can be sucked into their timeline. Whether it's mainstream, lamestream, or alternate media, which is saying now, a lot of other things can take place and all this fear mongering. Do not give it to anything. Just go within. Go in that 0 point, silence. Because it's not worth it. I'll repeat that again. Stay in your highest version and create your highest reality and timeline. So lots of love from me in Lakesh. Namaste. Sorry for this lengthy ranting. It's because I love every organic living being in this earth realm. And I hope this message reaches you well, wherever you are. Love you.